Question from Mukesh Singh from Delhi now. He says that he's looking to buy a 2 BHK in Bhartiya city in Thanisandra, Bengaluru. Now, Mukesh also wants to know if there are any issues with the project. Should he go ahead with this particular deal? What would you say, Mudassir? This is a fairly large township project. Should he get into it right at this point in time?
No, I think it's a fairly decent project, Bhartiya City, and they basically sell it under Nikoo Homes as a brand. It's a fairly decent group. They're not a regular real estate developer. They've got into development in the last few years. They've been into, their background has been into apparels, etc. But the management is pretty decently strong, and what they've built and what they're wanting to build in Thanisandra is pretty decent. They have about 125 acres of land, and they're developing a township with fairly decent amenities out there. Plus, Thanisandra as a location is also a pretty decently developing location. In fact, that's one area that I feel would really outshine in Bangalore. So, from a point of view of location and from the point of view of developer and project, I think it's a positive. There are for 2 BHKs about 1160 to about 1180 square feet, and you get the apartment in roughly about 51 lakh rupees onwards. So overall a decent option to look at. One can consider it.
You mentioned that Thanisandra is a location which you expect to shine going forward. Why do you say so? What are the economic drivers in this particular market, and what kind of growth would you expect over a 5-year period?
See, overall, this particular belt is, there are a number of projects coming up here. This is where a lot of interest is coming in from developers as well as from investors. My sense is, from a point of view of economic activity, it's not too far away from ORR, so accessibility to IT and IT related projects is going to be quite decent. Infrastructure is decent. It's a settled area. So I think overall, from that point of view, there will be interest towards this side. From a return point of view, at the moment it's very difficult to really give any specific numbers. But I would really say that compared to the city average, over a 5-year period, I would easily assume in the range of about 40 to 50% in 5 years should be decent. As I said, in today's times, very difficult to really give any very accurate predictions. We don't know what other bombshells are waiting to happen. But I would say about 40 to 50% at least in the next 4 or 5 years should be possible.
And that really is decent growth. And just a bit about the prices in this particular market. Prices are averaging around 5,178 rupees per square foot in Thanisandra. The lower range, of course, homes are priced between 4,080 rupees per square foot on an average, and it goes on to around 6,500 rupees. Now, that is the price bracket that you should be looking at if you're interested in the Thanisandra market. Of course, like Mudassir said, quite attractive growth expectations over there, 40 to 50% over a 5-year period.